We're going to move on to the bench press. The bench press is a universal exercise. It has multi uses, very beneficial if done correctly. I found it very beneficial for a lot of my contact sports. For example, in NFL, in rugby and in basketball, when you go to hand somebody off, or if you're trying to bust through a tackle and you're using all that push force to get through whatever's blocking you up. So we're going to look at some different examples of bench press, both regressions, conventionals and progressions to really enhance the push power in your athletes. Bench press regression number 1, barbell and dumbbell floor press. The barbell and dumbbell floor press is a great introduction to learning how to bench press correctly. Everybody has a floor. So the setup for the barbell, you set your barbell up on a rack, slide your body in underneath. Your hand grip is just roughly shoulder width or slightly wider. Grab hold of the barbell, make sure your back is nice and flat. Bend the knees, feet flat on the floor. Take a breath in and unrack the bar. Brace. Lower the barbell to the floor. Once your elbows touch, push up and hold. Lower the barbell above the chest, elbows touch, push up and re-rack. The same exercise can be done with dumbbells. Start off putting the dumbbells on the thighs, bend the knees up, elbows to the side, push the dumbbells up, touch and squeeze at the top, lower under control, push up through the shoulder blades, touch at the top and lower and place. And that's the barbell and dumbbell floor press. We're going to show you the dumbbell incline, which I consider a bench regression. The reason why I say that is it trains the athlete to lift in that position, and unlike the bench press, the incline slightly targets different muscles in the chest, pectoral, deltoid and tricep region. So you're actually working different muscles that you would do in the conventional bench press. So it allows the athlete to adapt in that position and hence giving them better strength levels when they come to the conventional bench press. So dumbbell incline, you set your bench up on a 30-degree angle, 2 dumbbells in the hands, I throw them up with my legs, starting position, back flat on the bench, feet on the ground and you brace the core. Dumbbells roughly around shoulder to ear height and you push the dumbbells up above the head under control. And then you lower slowly under control and press back up. Lower the dumbbells, press up and squeeze. Lower under control. The dumbbells come around shoulder to ear height. Press up and squeeze and lower under control. And press back up. And this exercise is working my front delts, my triceps and our pec major and pec minor. Bench regression number 3, dumbbell decline. So the dumbbell decline exercise works a different part of the chest, a slightly different part of the tricep and another different part of the deltoid. So you set your bench up on a decline so it's lower than a normal conventional bench. Dumbbells on your thighs, throw them up. Starting position, dumbbells in line with your chest, back nice and flat, feet on the floor. Press the dumbbells up above the chest, squeeze, lower under control, hold for a second, press up, squeeze, and lower under control. Press the dumbbells up and squeeze at the top, lower under control, hold for a second, press up and squeeze, and lower under control. The 3 bench regressions we showed you, the floor press, the incline and the decline, they all work slightly different muscles in the pectoral, the deltoid shoulder and tricep region. It's imperative that you get very, very good at these exercises before you move on to the heavier bench press type exercise. All these 3 regressions will conduct and train your athlete into getting competent in doing the bench press exercise. We're going to look at the barbell and dumbbell bench press. Great exercise for push power, for handing off an opponent, developing anterior strength in the pectoral and the front shoulder region. So barbell bench press, on a flat bench, feet on the floor, back flat, hands shoulder width apart, unrack the bar, breathe in and brace, lower the bar to the chest, slight touch and press up, lower the bar under control, slight touch on the chest and press up. If you don't have access to a barbell, you can use dumbbells, exact same technique, feet on the floor, back flat on the bench, dumbbells the side of the chest, breathe in, brace, push up, hold, lower under control, push up to the shoulder blades, squeeze at the top, lower and hold. Bench progression, dumbbell drop set. The dumbbell drop set, we're going to use 3 different loads of dumbbells, 22, 18 and 14 kilograms. And the protocol is to do 6 to 8 reps of each and progressively dropping the load as we go along. So dumbbell on the thighs, back flat on the bench, feet on the floor. Do my rep range at 22. Move on to 18. The body's already failed once. Fails a second time. And the final rep range at 14. That's the dumbbell drop set. The dumbbell drop set principle can also be applied to a barbell drop set. So for example, you might do 6 reps at 50 kilograms, you might do 6 reps at 40 kilograms, and the final rep range will be 6 at 30 kilograms. Just like the squat example, we can also do time under tension while using the bench press. The principle of time under tension is we need to expose the muscle to a tension of at least 45 seconds. So how we manipulate the reps and the lowering and the raising of the bar can determine how long the exercise lasts for. So I'm going to do a time under tension example of a 6-second lower, a 1-second hold, a 1-second raise for a total of 8 seconds for each rep. And I need to do at least 6 reps of that exercise to get that 45+ second parameters, okay? So I unrack the bar, 6-second lower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1 second, raise for 1. Total of 8 seconds. I'll do that 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, press for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, explode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, explode. I've used time under tension in a lot of my contact combat sports. I've worked a lot in MMA, and using that time under tension puts the muscle under a lot of tension and stress and then exploding big power on the press up. A very simple way to get more bang from your buck in the bench press is to use a band. And a very simple, quick, effective way of setting up, you just get a band, place it around the back of the body, lie down on the bench, and then take your normal bench press grip, press the bar off, and then the band will create more tension. As you lower the bar, the tension decreases in the band, but as you raise the bar, more tension and more weight progressively as you raise. So lower, touch, press for more tension and more load. Isometric training is starting to really come into the mix in strength and conditioning and gym training, and we're going to show an example of an isometric bench press. Basically, an isometric bench press is the muscle is under tension, but it's not moving. Normally in a gym exercise, the muscle will concentrically move and eccentrically move. With isometric, the muscle doesn't move. So for isometric bench, set up as per normal. I press my barbell into a fixed object, and then I hold and really push hard for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. I allow the muscle to relax, and I repeat this 4 to 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This exercise is called dumbbell three-way. It's something I formulated when I was working with the British and Irish Lions in preparation for their tour down to New Zealand. It's just an overall overload strength press exercise, which is very specific to rugby, American football, basketball, and even football, okay? It creates a lot of push strength in the athlete. So to start the exercise, unlike traditional bench press, we start at the top. We drop the right hand and press, drop the left hand and press, and drop both hands, and that counts as 1. Then we drop the left hand, then we drop the right hand, then we drop both hands, and that's 2. If you notice as I'm dropping my right hand, there's a lot of core activation to maintain the upright position of the dumbbell. So not only are you getting a lot of anterior pectoral work, you're also getting a lot of core activation within the same exercise. So we start on the odd numbers on the right side, and we go right, left, both. Even numbers on the left side. Left, right, both, and press. And normally 8 reps of this exercise for 4 sets is a very, very good overload protocol. That completes the whole sequence of the bench press exercises, the regressions, the conventional, and the progressions. I found bench press very beneficial in all the different aspects we showed you to all my athletes, especially in sports like boxing that involves punch power, martial arts, MMA, and contact sports. The bench press exercises are imperative in ensuring shoulder stability in sport, push strength, and tricep strength.